In this video, I'm going to show the process that I go through for copying files from an old computer to its replacement. The only thing you'll need will be a flash drive, or USB thumb drive as it's sometimes known, that is large enough to hold all the files you're going to be copying. The first step is to plug that into the computer that is going to be replaced. In this scenario, we're going to be copying files from a computer running Windows 7 to a new computer running Windows 10. Once you have your flash drive plugged in, you'll want to open Windows Explorer, go to Computer, and open that drive up. I like to drag my window over to one side of the screen. That way I can open up Start, then Computer, and drag that window over to the other side. So now we have our flash drive open on the right-hand side, and we have our computer open on the left-hand side. This will just make things easier when you're copying things from here to here. So, on the left-hand side, we'll open up the C drive. That's where almost all the files are going to be stored. And we're going to open the Users folder. There's going to usually be two folders listed here. The name of the primary user on the computer. On your computer, it might be your name, or it might just say user, or something like HP user. So there'll be that, and then there'll be a folder called public. We'll get back to that one in a moment. Open up the main user folder, and you'll see a list of subfolders. Contacts, desktop, my documents, my pictures. Most of these will be fairly familiar. We'll start at the top and work our way down. The contacts folder. I like to open this one up just in case you're using an email program that makes use of this folder. If you see more than just your own name listed here, you'll want to copy all the files from here over to here. Most of the time though, this is just going to have the one file, so you can ignore it. Next down is the desktop folder. Now, if you're following your techies instruction, this should only have shortcuts like these. You can tell these are shortcuts because there's a little arrow icon in the corner. If you have been storing a whole pile of files on your computer, then you'll want to copy those over to your flash drive. In this case, we only have one non-shortcut file, so I'll show you how to copy that. First thing you'll want to do is go over to your flash drive and create a new folder for your desktop files. So we're going to right-click and go New Folder. Or you can click the New Folder button at the top of the screen. Then you'll type in the folder name, in our case, Desktop. Open that up, and then select all of your files. In their case, there's just one. Choose Copy. Right-click on the flash drive, and click Paste. This may take a little bit longer or a little bit shorter depending on how many files you have on your desktop there. Then you can click back up here and go back over here. Now, one question you might be asking is, why can't we just copy the entire folder from here over to here? Well, the reason for that is that these folders on this list are special. Windows has special permissions set on them and a few other such things. So we want to just create new ones over here and copy the contents that we want from one to the other. So working our way down, we have downloads. We've only got a couple of files in here on this side. Most of the time you can safely ignore everything in here. This is going to be files that you've downloaded from the internet. Now, if you're keeping your files organized, you won't really have anything you want to keep in here. You will have moved it into, say, documents or pictures or wherever it needs to go. So there's a pretty good chance we can ignore everything in there. The favorites folder, we'll want to open that one next. And on this computer, I haven't saved any favorites. But if you have favorites listed in here, you'll want to go over to the flash drive, create a new folder, call it favorites, open it up, and you'll want to copy everything from here over to here. So we're going to select everything, right-click, choose Copy, over to the flash drive, right-click, and choose Paste. and then wait for everything to copy over. The favorites folder shouldn't take too long, as favorites aren't that large. Then we can click back over here and back over here. The links folder you can safely ignore on most Windows computers. And next down from that we have My Documents. On most people's computers, this is where the bulk of things are going to be stored. On our example computer, I just have 4 files, just to show as an example. But it's the same process as the other ones we've done. New folder, My Documents, open it up, select everything in My Documents, right click, choose copy, over to the flash drive, right click, choose paste, and then wait for it to complete. When it's done, we can click back over here and back over here and work our way down. The My Music folder is what's next. If you have music stored in here, you'll want to copy that. If you're like me and you pretty much just use iTunes, there will be an iTunes folder inside there. This one you can just safely copy the entire iTunes folder. But again, we're going to do the same thing. New folder, My Music, open it up, select everything, right click, choose copy, right click, choose paste, and then wait for it to complete. On Windows 7 you can click the More Details button and it may calculate how long it's going to take to copy. This may or may not be correct and it will probably go up and down. If you have a large amount of information in your music folder or My Documents folder and it says it's going to take a while or it looks like it's going to take a while, feel free to go have coffee or a beverage of your choice while you're waiting. It's safe to leave the computer copying the files. When it's finished, this screen will go away and you can come back and continue on. Once it's finished, you can click back up here, back over here, and next one down the list. In this case, it's My Pictures. Same thing, you'll want to open it up, and if you want to copy everything from this folder to your new computer, first thing, new folder, My Pictures, open it up, select everything in this folder, right click, choose copy, right click, choose paste. Once that's done, you can click back here and back here. Next one down the list is My Videos. Same thing. On this computer it's empty, I haven't saved anything to My Videos. But if you do have something in here, you would go through the same method that we just did for the previous ones. Save games. If you play computer games on this computer, you may have some things in here. On this particular computer, I haven't done so, so this is empty. If you have save game folders in here, you'll copy and paste them the same as you did the previous ones. The searches folder you can ignore. There's nothing useful in there that needs to be transferred to a new computer. After you've finished copying these things over from this folder, you'll want to go back into Users and open up the Public folder. Most of the time there won't be anything of interest in here, but if you're running something like QuickBooks or Simply Accounting or some other program that saves its information in the public folders, you'll want to open this up and do the same. In the case of this computer, it has QuickBooks installed on it, so if I go into Public Documents, there's a folder called Intuit. Inside that, there's a folder called QuickBooks. Inside that, there's a folder called Company Files, and there's some sample company files in here. So I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it Company Files. Open it up, select everything in here, right click, copy, right click, paste. If you're copying something from public documents or public pictures or public videos or any of those other public folders, you'll want to make note of this and exactly where they were. You can write that down on a piece of paper or record it on your computer. Once you've finished all of that, you can close both these windows. You can eject your flash drive, shut down the computer, and plug the flash drive into the new computer. Once you have your new computer started up, plug your flash drive in and open it up. So we'll have our flash drive open up here on the left-hand side, and we have our computer over here on the right-hand side, same as on the old computer, except mirrored. So we'll open our C drive, go to Users, and we'll start in the regular user folder. And this should look familiar. So what we're going to do is start at the top. We didn't do any contacts, but we did do the desktop, so we'll open the desktop here, desktop here. We will copy our one file and paste it onto here. Then we'll go back here, and next one down the list. Favorites. So we'll open favorites here, select everything, copy, and paste. Very similar to what we were doing on the old computer, except we're copying and pasting from the flash drive onto the computer instead of from the computer onto the flash drive. Same thing here with my documents. On Windows 10, it's known as just Documents. We can select everything here, right-click, copy, right-click, paste. Go back here, My Music, and on Windows 10 it's known as just Music. Select everything, copy, paste. Back here, My Pictures, open Pictures here on the computer, select everything, copy, and paste. Here under Windows 10 you can get a nice little graph showing you how fast it's copying everything. And we'll go back here. Now we have our company files from QuickBooks here on our flash drive. And we noted that that came from the public documents folder. So we're going to go back to the C drive, open Users, go to Public Documents, but because we haven't installed QuickBooks yet on this computer, it's empty. So we can create that. We can go New, and that came from Intuit. Open that up, and then Company Files. Open this up, select everything, copy, and paste. Another option would be to install QuickBooks first and then copy and paste your files into the correct directory. And that's it. We're done. So we can close this and close this. We can see that here on our desktop there is our single file. We didn't want to copy those shortcuts because those shortcuts won't work on the new computer, so even if we copied them, they wouldn't do anything for us. Shortcuts are created when you install the programs that they link to and other such things. And that's it. All of your files are now copied from your old computer to your new computer.